me bleed. Gave up who I am for who you wanted me to be. Don't know why I'm hoping for what I won't receive. Falling for the promise of the emptiness machine.
You cut me open just to watch me bleed. Gave up who I am for who you wanted me to be.
Everything right now.
Dude, who is this guy? Matching the blades here. Brexton, what do you got here for me? Gonna get two with the Dragon Blade. Texas gets one of his own.
I only wanted to be part of something. I only wanted to be part of.
I only wanted to be part of something. I only wanted to be part of. I only wanted to be part of something. I only
Lazaro with gets 4. Amari just absolutely bleeding folks.
Okay.
We are live. Wow.
We are live. Welcome. Good evening, Mythos. I'm here casting this wonderful Ascendant finals match between Loki's and I legitimately forgot the other team. I had this in my head
Dio.
5 minutes ago.
Dionysus Madness or whatever.
Dionysus. Beautiful. Thank you, Yukro, my co-caster for this beautiful game. I had the teams prepped in my head this morning. I was ready to go, and game time comes and I'm forgetting. Shows how amazing of a caster I am. But I'm excited for this game. I'm looking forward to it. I have a little bias being on Loki's myself, but what are you looking forward to seeing in this game, Yukro?
Preferably a Dio win, because I'm biased towards Yorgs and them being sister teams.
That's fair. So, well, that works out having opposing interests in the booth, I suppose. I'll make things interesting, but
I do like a couple of the Loki's players, new ports specifically.
Yeah, a lot of just good players in this lobby in general. I think it's definitely going to be a real exciting game. I haven't been too tapped into a lot of the other leagues this season, mostly just kind of aware of demis, which I play, and then mortals from managing a team there. But I do know from some of the names I recognize that there's some solid players here. So
Bro, don't be rocking in the big Empyrean. Lock in, bro.
I should. You're aren't you now on Tsukiyomi's Empyrean as well? I should be paying attention to my sister team.
Wait, Loki just had to kill y'all's team. We killed Loki's. Shot dead in playoffs.
I did see that, but I hope it was at least a good game. I hope it was a good game. I just saw you were cooking.
It was brutal.
So, but looks like they're going Lijiang here in map 1, common map 1, fan favorite map.
I don't blame them. Only map that I could go to if I could would be Suravasa, but you can't. So.
That's true. That's a real statement. That is I don't know if I've ever heard truer words be spoken. I'm a big Suravasa enjoyer. It has nothing to do with the fact that I play Venture.
Suravasa or Lijiang for me always, and it's because I play Tracer.
That's real.
I know my bias.
That's fair. I mean, same difference. It's very very similar. That's similar kind of play style you can run with having the Tracer and Venture in the same angle. So I get it. Dive flexible maps like that. So it's like they're I think we're just waiting for them to send things in, but kind of curious what kind of comps we're gonna see out of some of these teams. Did see they pivoted around starting on the tank here, so I feel like I'm expecting a ball. I feel like I'm expecting a ball.
I think it's going to be a Diva Ball matchup in terms of tanks, unless Frequency is going to try and run Sigma on this map, which I wouldn't recommend, but it's definitely doable.
It'll be interesting. I mean, I'm guessing with just their combo, like probably see some kind of dive at a Loki's. So I mean, a thing could be an interesting way. As much as it's not necessarily it's a
I'm
choice, it
assu-
might necessarily
yeah.
help play around a dive, having the sig to kind of zone a little bit, poke out, have the rock to try
Yeah.
to pressure a ball. So
If I had to assume, Dio's side right now, it's probably gonna be a Diva or Sig, Soj,
yeah.
Vendetta, and then Kiri Cat, because Angman's the cat. Yep. Oh, Roadhog.
Yeah, okay. The hog? Wow.
I don't blame
Wow.
him.
That
Into a
is
ball, it's definitely a pick,
yeah, they
especially on this map
definitely
too.
predicting that ball. And with the cat will be interesting too to kind
And
of
Farah, I
offload
was gonna
space.
point out, is possibly a pick for Festus, because I know he likes playing Farah.
Yeah, that fixing that into that flex DPS pool. I know Festus for his Genji primarily, but
Assuming frequency
that
can
TP
shut
out.
out these close angles, it's gonna be hard. Oh, swap to Diva. Never mind.
yeah,
I don't blame
last
him.
minute swap. I still think the Diva can work here. It can kind of help check that far a little bit.
Diva
I see
can
both
definitely work
teams,
here.
just coming out and poking main with a ball
We're
looking
looking
for some
at them
shenanigans.
already rotating coast, which I don't know if I really like with their team, but it is good bait for their Vendetta if they walk in too hard.
Yeah, especially trying to do something with that ball, and we're gonna already
And
see
we're already
Diva
getting
off
a
the
boop
map.
off. Wow.
See that Lucio in trying
That's
to get some
probably
boops
first
themselves.
fight win, assuming no one ints
Yeah.
on Loki's side.
And
Yep.
then we're gonna see into the far.
That's
Sojourn off,
basically
Vendetta
3
fall and
boop
just-
kills.
Yeah,
Yep. Wow.
and that playing
2
coast
from Rayon
into
and 1 from
the expected
Parasite.
ball
Yep.
pick. Yeah, that was very, very just cleanly played from Loki's, just denying
Yeah.
all
3
that space.
boops was definitely scary to play
Oh,
coast
yeah.
with.
Very much so. Already
They're-
seeing a
now
switch
they're
onto
opting for
the
the side,
cast
yeah.
too.
Already
Complete
side swapping
ballsy
too.
play from the Vendetta too. There, very hurting. Early pick onto that Lucio as well. Starting things off
It's good
strong
as long
from
as no one
Dio,
gets
trying to hold that
counter-slammed on
space.
the ball.
Yeah.
We
Ven's
need to
gonna
carry
get
the
another
cast
pick.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. Despite being down 2, is Loki still playing these angles? Gonna trade a pick out, but gonna drop, and it looks like Loki's gonna pick up another pick there.
It's gonna be another Lucio pick on his respawn, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, never. He's got movement.
They're
Aw.
trying to. Not able to make it out, but they stalled things really well there. As it was probably
Yep.
close to 30% they got off of that spot, despite losing a pick immediately.
Yeah, and they're already at mines, so they can open up
Yeah.
really quick if they wanted to.
Create a
Because they
ton
have
of
nothing to
space.
respawn other than Noon and Bomb, which don't react
Yeah.
to mines very well.
No, not at all. Ball creating a lot of space in that cast, zoning him out hard. That Vendetta not really
Even
able to
possibly
play that high
finding
ground
an kill
angle.
early. Yep.
Yeah, that would be very, very good for this Loki's team.
This Diva's also getting poked out very early. There's the mines on point, looking
Yeah.
for the
Big
splits.
Munson point. I'm double boop off from that Lucio with the
These boops
Sojourn
are
cleaning
brutal.
up on the yeah, completely dominant from that Lucio there. We see a bomb come out, gonna catch the Kiri.
It
but
does
I
catch
don't
one,
think
so
it'll
maybe it
matter.
is a valuable. If he can live, though, he needs to live. That's
a
a
trade,
bad move for
yeah.
him. He can live,
They
though.
get the mega, but so much just space being bought.
Yeah, good run on
Having
the
to force
Soj.
Fox and Deadeye to really
That
pressure this.
Deadeye was
but-
pulled too early.
Oh yeah. Forcing Loki's basically just forces two ults for there, and there's not really anything that Dio can do with it, and then just continuing to buy time.
Honestly, they just
With
beat
the
Rush and
stall.
win here, even if they even need the beat.
Yeah. I think they're willing to just trade the point here and just clean up and then reflip it. Aggressive
Yeah.
beat. But it also keeps everybody
saw
up,
the
helps
winnable,
sustain
yeah.
their team. Yeah. Lets the team sustain. They're gonna try to catch this Kiri up before they can escape, and that's gonna be a pretty big stagger too. But Dio's
Man.
gonna trade it out.
Wow, yeah.
So taking a 4v4
That stagger
here,
is
but
brutal because they're gonna have to go quick with beat from Eggman.
Yeah.
If they don't, it's no
but
touch.
No. But
And Diva's
Diva's-
just got pulsed. If they all
Pulsed.
shoot Diva right now, it's an easy
No, they
win.
can easy. The Ven
Cass is
living was
also
also
weak.
big. Bought a ton
Yeah.
of space for them with that ult too.
Cash
but
traded out.
Gonna trade it. Yeah.
Voyant's getting another trade though. He's just living on this corner.
Yeah, not letting that Ven get that mega there was kind of a little detrimental. Let him stay alive. Let him buy space with ult and even collect the pick out of it, and then
There's still
continue to
build
clean
up
up.
to OC and Mines though versus Noon and Bomb. Even maybe a Noon. If they go
Already seeing
fast,
a-
there's no chance for even a noon.
No, not at all. And that Vendetta's getting
And we're
low,
seeing
so it's
yellow
looking
get
to clean
pricked
things
early.
up.
Yeah. Ven 1 and Kiri 1. Yeah, that's gonna be trades early.
Ven's gonna get up, but that Kiri's gonna drop.
They're gonna
trade out the
mines
Kiri for
point and
the
just flip
Lucio.
point, it looks like.
Yeah.
And they're OCing the side
bomb
lanes.
That bomb could buy a lot, and the Vendetta's gonna come clean up. It's 3v4.
It's scrappy.
Here,
It's
but
winnable.
Loki's gonna take a trade, and they're evening things out. Yeah, it's very scrappy. It's very back and forth. It's kind of hard to really
They're all
tell
still
who's
playing on
holding
this
the
coast
offensive
side
here.
though, which is scary. Yeah, we see one get booped off actually. Eggman on Parasite.
Yeah. And Caster cursed it. Right as I said, it's looking hard to tell who has dominance. Dio proceeds to get 4 picks in a row without any like gap. So
The big
That's my
change here
fault.
is gonna be who gets beat. Whoever
Yeah.
gets beat wins.
I think if Dio's been playing smart, not playing
Yeah,
the
Dio needs
coastline
to play
anymore,
slow.
but
Really early
It's-
noon, but it's early and
trying
it's
to kill
fine,
that
'cause
ball
the
with
point-
it. And Ball's
Yeah.
gonna survive it, trading Tracer for a Kiri as well, which
If
I don't,
Minta gets the
know if
rush,
they
it
want
might be
that.
cooked. Minta's
That
gonna
could be it
die
too.
though, and they're all one.
That's unfortunate.
Dio's gonna find this win probably.
they're gonna trade out for the cast,
They
but
just
this
need
ball
Ball
is
Lou dead.
barely sustaining.
Oh,
Parasite
but
gets
the
a beat
Parasite
first, that could be it. If they can kill this Lucio before they get beat, this
Minta's
might
gonna
be
need
it.
to come back with
that
rush.
bomb.
It's still too scrappy.
And
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
the
one.
ball's
Yep,
gonna get
that's it.
stuck there. Yeah.
Them finding Minta that quick was
Yeah,
nice, but they
losing
definitely
that
did take some
rush.
time to finish that up. But it's all right. They got it in the bag.
I'll lead things off then. So we're gonna see no real crazy switches in these comps. Festus back on that Pharah, which makes sense for this point here. See early poke up from that ball, trying to buy some space. You know, let the open things up for the Pharah. Early Suzu up from that Kiriko as well. I'm gonna see ball trying to pressure that Diva in that Kiriko, and early pick from Loki's here. And yeah, it looks like Loki's just really just pushing like entirely through that Dionysus roster there with the ball here. Kind of just a two-man show. And it's definitely, I mean, I'm noticing a tempo shift here, at least from the side of Loki. He's playing a lot more, like tightening things up from the end of that last round. I don't know if you've been noticing the same here.
Yeah, they've definitely gotten a lot less scrappy in their decision making as Rayon went for the early picks on the Diva.
Yeah. That was very, very massive, and definitely was what won them that fight. This Vendetta's coming low here, a lot of poke out from that Pharah. And the Diva's trying to force point here, leverage space for that Vendetta in the background, but the Kiriko and the Sojourner are both watching for it. Enough space to pick that far off, but they're going to trade it back out for a pick on the cast, and it's 4v4 here. And Dio comes close to point flip, but Loki's is stalling it out, and Dio's gonna grab a pick onto the Sojourn there, and finally flip that point. For it stalled to nearly 50%, and it looks like Dio's just cleaning things up here with a full Loki's reset.
I also didn't
Seeing-
realize, and I don't know if you did, but it looks like they are back to Cat with 72 to Catnap.
Yeah, I didn't notice a lot of what that cat was doing in those first couple fights, but they're just passively farming it all, like trying to just steal anything to either pinata somebody or just try to dive right in the pit with them.
There's the
You're gonna
cat.
see perfectly executed, grabbing 3 picks there, and that's just gonna again force a full reset on the side of Loki's there. And
If you're Loki's
Things are-
here, I think you just gotta play slow for the alts here. To support alts
Yeah.
ideally, and then just hard walk.
That is a
That is a good
great
early
early
pick.
pick from the ball here. Yeah. Barrage into the Diva Matrix, but still going to result in a DMech, even though they're going to get picked out from the by the cat. I see New Perts here try to grab a few, and Cattle gets nothing. And I really would say I think you're gonna want that back, but this Cass is gonna be able to get one last little exit frag. Cat's still stalling, but it's kind of an ult committed with nothing really gained out of it in an already lost fight.
Festus is also over to the Tracer now.
Yeah, flipping back, probably just not getting as much value into that Diva like they would have hoped. Maybe they were expecting a switch to something else, but I don't know why Dio would necessarily want to drop the Diva when it seemed to work quite well. We're gonna see a rush for rush here, both sides. See a OC on the side of Loki's, trying to grab a few picks. Gonna grab the Vendetta and possibly demech this Diva. It's gonna force bomb. New Prince 9 not to slide into that
Parasite
pass
with the boot.
there. Massive boot. Cat's gonna trade the ball out, but they're gonna get the cast back. It's again a pretty scrappy fight. We're gonna see
And
this
that's an
Vendetta
Ajax.
ult come out. Ooh, yeah, don't want to see that happen. And Loki's just trying to stall things out here. It's working quite well in their favor. I think we're gonna see a DMAC here in the process and holding things together despite just losing their Tracer. Forcing Dio to play a lot faster than maybe they want to, especially with losing players. Gonna see a dead out of zone, but Rayon's gonna be able to just keep cleaning things up. He's gonna eat the noon, but it's probably gonna be enough for Loki's to hold this point. But they need to get these picks fast before the Diva can remake. Gonna get that cast. Now that they deal with this cat stalling, gonna grab the. What was the? Cat not able to grab a pick, but the Diva was able to get the remake. Eating that pulse, and the cat's able to clean up the Lucio, but they now have the Rayon back, and that cat stall was doing wonders for the Dio team here.
Space over to Sombra now too.
Probably should have shut down that ball, which is I think what Dio wants here to be able to win this fight and probably even close out the map, depending on how it's the rest of it's played, because it's basically one fight territory for Loki's. Yeah,
I also
they're gonna
think
have
it
to hold
was
this
for their
last fight.
touch.
Yeah, that definitely helps with that touch as well with the translocator. Rand's gonna play for a fast touch here to get the OT, but Cat's gonna be able to clean him off, and it's not looking too good here for them. Best is able to get that pick on the Sombra early. Gonna see the Fox out on the side of Loki's here. Festus back on the Pharah. Trying to see if they can grab any picks. Beat coming out from Parasite to help stall things out for their team. We're gonna see the ball back, pick on the Kiriko. Things are looking just very neck and neck here. This Diva's getting low. Gonna get a pick on the Lucio. We're gonna see the bomb come out from the Diva, go for reset. Tracer gets stuck, and it's looking like it's just ball again, and Dio's really holding things together. That's gonna be a map 1 to Dionysus.
I think Loki's really needs to clean up their ults and just like the scrappiness of their fights. They're letting people live too long on ball comp.
Yeah, especially with like that cat in play there. Is that cat was able to stall for so long and seemingly won fights on the side of Loki's. They'd get 2 to 3 picks, and then a cat was able to stall for a full recontest from Dio, and then they're already at 99.
What map do you think we're gonna see from Loki's here? Another dive map for ball, or put Dino in and play the possible poke?
Maybe. I would think you want to try to at least try a different comp here. Pick something favoring that type of like that poke comp that they can have with the Dino. Try something else, like completely something else, not even necessarily a variation. And see if that sticks. Or maybe they're gonna wing it and just play an even harder dive map. Maybe go for something with push to really leverage a ball pick there, like a Esperanza or not Runa. I mean, Colosea works too, and honestly, any of the push maps I think could really work for a ball comp here.
Yeah,
Maybe
if they
not
want to
Queen
keep this
Street, but
ball in, though, they're definitely going to have to opt to protect ban and probably ban the Diva, because Diva is just Thanos
yeah,
in current meta.
yeah, that diva was really what was helping leverage a lot on the side of Dio there, just living forever, ton of damage, able to kind of meet the ball. Uh, and honestly, like paired with the cat, like that on that second point especially, that cat got a ton of value just in the infinite stall, and now it's a lot not going to necessarily work the same way on like say push for example. Cat might be able to not as like cheese things as easily and stall out a point in almost indefinitely, but it's definitely still something to like keep in mind, especially if they want to run say a far with it again. Like they might have to play the tracer or the Genji instead there, and then maybe try some other hit scan other than Soj. Maybe try an Emra comp, Ash comp, or something with it. Run like a hybrid kind of tracer Lucio ball dive with like Ash Kiri playing on another angle or something. They got to try something different here because Dio found something that clicks. They found something that worked really well, and it won them a 2-0 on control. So
Honestly, I think Loki's might opt for a push map and protect ban the ball.
I
Because
think that's
Sig
definitely probably
and
the smart choice.
because Sig into ball isn't great. Like it's like Sig just gets outpaced.
Yeah, he's just not going to be able to be fast enough to play around it,
Sura.
especially the way Rayon was playing on some of those maps. Yeah, Sura. I mean, they
It's
might have a
definitely a
point.
good ball map if they ban Diva
Yeah,
still.
still, yeah, very much so. Can leverage a few things too. Uh, maybe run some like more like creative DPS picks or even creative support picks. They might be able to run like maybe like a Juno comp or something. Still have some speed, but maybe not play full speed. But
There's the Dino in.
yeah,
So they're taking their ball out for this. They're not going to protect ban for him in this current map.
which is, I mean, maybe they are. Maybe they. Maybe we guessed their whole plan of saving that ball protector for like a push map. Maybe
And at this point, they might ban the Vendetta and first Voyant into something else. Which I don't entirely
I could
blame them.
definitely see
Or
that.
even
Yeah,
Eggman's cat.
yeah. I think the Ven ban would actually be. Oh my gosh, excuse me. Incredibly potent here. I think Vendetta's still a solid character on this. I mean, Vendetta's just a good character in general. I think
Mm.
I find very few maps where that character just isn't mildly viable. But I think especially here, whether you're running them as like a hardcore diver with a diva or trying to run a brawler comp, it's like you can still just get so much value with the character here, no matter what Dio wants to pull out. So
I
I
also
think
don't
it's a
think
strong ban.
I don't think the cat is a crazy ban either, because it's the same thing you brought up that he can do it on Suravasa, stall those points.
Yeah,
So the
this is
cat
definitely
ban
another
might
map
be
to
a
keep in mind.
possibility.
Oh, for sure. I think this is this is probably the other map to do it on. I don't think
Yeah.
enough of the hybrid maps or even like pale or escort, you're not gonna be able to necessarily
I
get
really think, yeah.
as cheese of a stall. Like you're not gonna be able to like just circle around the top of a point. Here you might be able to uh probably not every point Bunsura, but the one that shows in this thumbnail, like that one for example, that's gonna be a little tough. There's not enough of like a central thing to hide around, but I think it's definitely something that we could see here. Like
For sure, but the cat can always play around that main arch and just boost her in for a second into the right side or left.
yeah, yeah. There's still some viability there for it. So, but they need to ban something
Cat ban,
that
yep.
is leverage it. Yeah, called it.
I knew it was gonna be hitting one of two people for sure.
Yeah.
If they were
now
opting
it's
to take Rayon out.
interesting to see where Dio goes with their ban choice here. And then Queen ban. Okay. I'm not familiar with Dino's pool, so
He does
that could
play it.
be that could very much be a solid target ban on them to you know, disable some kind of brawl comp they want to try to run here, a rush comp with that maybe.
Definitely a possibility, assuming Meower plays something like that.
Yeah.
Looks like he plays Fara Echo. So
Okay. Echo could be kind of interesting here. I think Echo's another one of those like secret sauce characters right now. I think it's someone that like you can just kind of, you know, throw there, switch to, and get some value. And like it definitely requires some level of attention, even if it is just a cast, kind of waiting for the little booster to go off. So it'll be interesting to see here, especially on that first point. I think that Echo can set up for really good assassination kind of dives and just run in sticky full beam somebody to death.
honestly, I think Dio's forcing the Diva mirror because, like, yeah, Dino plays Queen, but other than that, he plays Sig and Diva. Like, Sig isn't great on this map, so he's probably gonna have to mirror Diva.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if the secret Korean pro tech of Sigma exclusively on the first point still viable. I just remember
Uh,
when that was like a thing run for the longest time. By
could be.
longest time I mean a month. I don't know. I just remember seeing people talking about it. So maybe Dino's gonna try it. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
there
seeing
is the
it.
Diva, and Frequency's probably trolling with this dog pick again.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy. I mean, they made it work with the diva, but Hog is doing a little good. Okay, okay. Now this mug is a little over the top, but I don't. I
Looks like
say that
Loki's is getting the TP out while Dio isn't.
is just gonna run it. I mean, Malga dash. Uh, Vendetta exists. Kiri, like it's just a very fast comp. I don't think they need to worry about it. Not to say that Loki's isn't playing a fast comp, but it's fast in a different way.
Malga's definitely
called-
faster. He's more rush based.
Yeah. See, the Diva trying to leverage the high ground there on Loki's, but the Venetta's gonna force them off. And see, the Malga I think is just trying to scout a dash here, but vice versa. The Diva's kind of doing the same thing. Each tank's just gonna try to int on the back line. We're gonna see that first pick come out. Vendetta gonna kill the Loki Sojourn here, and Dial's gonna take first cap.
Assuming how well Voyant and Frequency can time their engages together, it's definitely going to be hard
Yeah.
to stop that pressure of the rush with Malga
Oh.
and Vendetta.
Oh, 100%. Is Malga squishes the target at the same time Vendetta hits the dash in. There's you don't get out of that. You need the Suzu, and Fury does not have infinite Suzus, so. Gonna see a pick here on the Loki's Lucio, and pick on the
And a late
Demon
stagger on the Diva.
Yeah. So they're still gonna catch wave, thankfully, but it's kind of, you don't want to just sit around. You kind of want to get picked because now it's, edging that 70%, and by the time they have 5 to really engage, it's last fight. If Loki doesn't win this, that's just 0.1 gone already in 2 fights.
It already is last.
Yeah. As they need an early pick here if they want to flip this, or at least leverage the opposing Sojourn out, which seem to be working in their favor. And we're going to see that Vendetta opening pick on the Loki's Sojourn again, but can they use that to their favor to flip into a counter pick, or is it just going to be point? They're going to grab one, but they're not going to be able to contest this point. It was a very decisive Dio 0.1 on Sura here. And unfortunately, this Diva's going to get quite staggered. Or?
Yeah, they're very deciding, even though, in current meta, Malga would not be a great pick here, even with the Vendetta.
No, not really. I mean, especially in a Diva, you can DM a lot, but I think it's just it's playing around the Diva well by not just ignoring it. This Malga is fully ignoring the placement of that Diva, and that is an unfortunate time to get picked. And yeah, Dio's just gonna keep cleaning things up. They're gonna catch that Diva right before they can get mech back, and it's just another first cap on point 2 here.
Lunar Moon
Dio holding the
seems to
space.
keep finding these early picks with kunai.
Yeah, and a lot of good early value is if they really want to, and we're gonna see a big Malga cage come out, and it's gonna be able to clean things up, and just easy one fight with this Diva being the last one up.
You're definitely right. He's ignoring like
Yeah,
this
he's
Diva
not
so
playing
much.
on this Diva.
He literally just flank slammed caged. Like
Gonna see that rush come out into the spawn. It's just incredible play, incredible gambit here, but it's holding that space again. It's forcing it to last fight.
Yeah.
They're gonna have Loki's gonna have one fight.
and assuming they use nothing here, Dios can be in a good spot if they force something. Oh,
Yeah,
that early though.
Good
They won't be
early
able to
picks,
force
yeah.
anything. Oh,
gonna see
Never mind, they
the
forced
rush,
the rush.
out, but I think they definitely just want to win this fight. But if they don't use, if Loki's uses nothing else, I think it's still, yeah, both teams. I think it's rush for rush. So ultimately, it's still keeping Econ there.
it's good, but it was definitely not
Yeah.
needed.
Yeah, I don't. They had 2 picks and they won that pretty convincingly. But
Oh, space early
Great
pick sitting on the
early
mega.
yeah, this is definitely what Loki need to be doing. Now they seem to be definitely playing around. We're gonna see this early OC come out here with a beat to counter it, but will it be enough? Beat from Loki's. Diva trying to pressure out this Vendetta here, get that pick, and it's gonna look like to force a full retreat from Dio, but not with it. They're gonna take a pick of their own, but they're gonna lose their Curie in the process of it. And just
Definitely
as Dio did to
interesting.
them, they're trying to leverage it.
Definitely interesting. We didn't see a slash to possibly counter the Loki's beat.
Yeah, I think they won't. They might just want to do it this time to sort of full just win a fight that way. We're gonna see the bomb come out. It's not gonna kill the Malga, but do a ton of damage. We're gonna see an OC come out from Dios. Gonna get a pick of their own, but they're gonna counter pick the Malga. We're gonna see the Vendetta ult come out. Almost demech the Diva here, but they're still gonna stay up. But not for long, as the last one left of their team, seemingly. And quick cleanup from Dio there to take point 2.
I think Dino and Meower need to be definitely a lot more proactive on marking space here. He kind of just won Dio that last fight by sitting on high ground.
That OC was massive, and just they also just need to be more coordinated together. Like you can try to run it with the Lu here, but that's like a lot of your dive is just inherent on this Diva playing with the Tracer and trying to secure a pick together. But instead, it seems like they're playing 2 different games at times. See, trading pick for pick here, evening it out to a 3v3, but no Kirikos, and Diva's gonna get booped off the map as Sojourn's gonna get picked.
We see the Soj go for 2 different minor perks here. I definitely see why Space does it. If he gets that one shot in, it's brutal. But if
Yeah.
Newports gets that slow in on the Malga comp, that Malga, his rush is ruined.
Yeah. I think it's also just how they're trying to play Sojourn on their respective comps. Space is the one trying to get all the picks here. They want that one shot, while as Newports, I think, is playing more utility Sojourn. You know, they're getting dived by this dove by this Vendetta all the time, and I think they're just saying, I'm not gonna play my life. I'm gonna do quite the opposite. I'm gonna let them int on me, try to slow them, and you can trade me out. And a couple of these fights it's worked out for them, but this fight in particular is very back and forth. Malga already buying time, like getting enough time to get back. See a pulse out, but no stick. Gonna get that Sojourn. Diva demeched, and despite a mid-fight flip from Loki's, Dio's gonna flip it back. Tracer's trying to stall, but it's not gonna be enough.
Another interesting perk choice made in my... That's an Emre swap. Another interesting perk choice, in my opinion, is the frequency picking the overhealth major instead of Firewalker. But I don't think it's that bad, especially considering if he can sustain longer, that's more distraction for his Soj and for his Vendetta.
Yeah, I'm seeing like just have people like on fire all the time now. I see a good early pick on that Vendetta, but it's traded out for picking Lucio. But gonna get a pick on the Kiriko, trade out for the Lucio. It's just pick for pick here. But Emmer's trying to play the off angle on this Soj, but OC Soj in your face is a little scary, and yeah, they're not gonna be able to secure it. But Dino's gonna trade them out still for the opposing Kiri, and Loki's gets the point flip here. Tracer's trying to stall by time, wait for the rest of their team to come back, but Dio's been able to do the same here. This D.Va needs to sustain here. They can good pick on the Lucio, but Dio's gonna immediately trade it out. And they get that point flip back, get the D-Mech as well, and this Vendetta's gonna be able to just clean things up here with their Mauga.
No cage. Oh, wait, yeah, that's why. I was like, no cage needed is kind of BM though, because like they definitely could have just cage to cage. But yeah, that was last point.
I think they knew. It was just very, very quick. That was we saw the embers burning, the sparks of life coming back here a little bit. Like Loki's definitely had some good things going, but I think like the best way to describe how like I've been seeing them play a lot is they're just too reactionary, and they're playing reactionary from behind, which you can't really do. Is you can't wait for the hat to drop when you're the one who has to drop it.
I think it's fine for them to play reactionary, but they're not playing far enough to do it. Like,
yeah,
the Mauga is always within dash distance of their backline, it seemed.
Yeah, the Mauga was just able to get a lot of space, and I think part of why they chose that overhealth perk is a couple times I would see them ignite that D.Va at the start of the fight, just kind of poke them out a little bit, and then just end on the backline. That was all the D.Va was to somebody to set on fire to then run away. And it just, especially like towards the end of those points, it just made them that Mauga near unstoppable. Because even with a Lucio, he just was constantly sustained. So,
And it seems like they had the same idea. They're trying to give themselves distance now. And even opting for a poke, pick. Maybe. Yep.
Yeah. Gonna probably maybe we'll see that Sigma finally come out, but they could also just say screw it and then ban the Sigma and force the D.Va mirror again.
I don't think it's in Loki's interest to force a D.Va mirror again.
Well, then you have to ban a tank then as a result. Then if they don't ban a tank, I think Dio might just take it and take the Sig ban. Whether or not they think they can win in the mirror, they might just say, I don't care, we're not going to have a Sig mirror, I can beat you in the D.Va mirror or beat you in just run Mauga again. Like they could be insane and run Mauga on circuit. They could just be actually clinically insane.
I think Frequency has the confidence right now after that Mauga game to even run the Sig mirror too.
That is a good point. So I think we'll have to see just what kind of bans Loki's puts out. So it looks
Dio
like
winning defense first.
Yeah, which is fair. I mean, I definitely lean into the liking to defend first. If I have that choice, I think you can help set the pace a lot better. At least in some maps. I think there's like the one instance where I'd maybe want to attack first and use that as a way to set the pace going. We capped all three, like go for the full cap and go. Now you guys have to try to do that. But I can't blame them, especially if like you said, feeling confident, feeling like you can win that Sig mirror. That's probably why then they think they might be able to just take that full hold, win the Sig mirror, and then play off of that.
Honestly, I don't know if there's a hit scan in this lobby that can contest space right now unless Festus wakes up. Because Meower seems to be a flex. Festus played the flex. And then, I mean, Newports was just getting seemingly diffed.
Yeah, it was just it was the opposite of playing life. Whether it was whether after a certain point it was becoming intentional and using that to try to bait a pick out, I don't think matters. I don't. It's. I think in general, I think we need to see just a lot of Lokis wake up. I think it's definitely they're not. This is a team that has been doing this consistently well throughout the regular season, and it kind of doesn't seem like they're necessarily holding up to some of that right now. Uh, I'm not perfect on I don't remember the exact record off the top of my head, and I don't remember their exact record against Dio here, but for I believe they for
From
going 4-0 in their prior game, to not really, you know, clearly not playing at 100% right now. I think that's just they're just not playing at 100%, and this is the time to do it. This is not the time to let some slack happen. This is not the game to
Mhm.
say, "Oh well, we're locked for playoffs. It's finals. It's all or nothing." This is everything is on the table right now. So maybe they're playing for the reverse sweep. Who knows? Maybe they work well under pressure. Maybe they believe themselves to be pieces of carbon ore that under enough pressure they can become diamonds. But
now, knowing a lot these teams have a ton of flex players like this, or at least Loki's side, do we even see the chance of a double hit scan Sigma from Loki's, or is it just going to be a Sigma hit scan flex? Because I think we definitely see a Farah here, possibly, or even
I
Soj
could definitely
Freya.
believe it, but I think you only do it expecting the Soj. I think if you
Mhm.
feel that the other team that space is going to run any hit scan other than Soj, I don't even think you take that risk. They've been consistent on the Soj, like which who isn't even necessarily like the best character for ripping a far out of the sky. Imagine if you
Mhm.
put them on like an Emre or an Ash. It's just you don't get to play the character then. You don't get to play Farah.
Honestly, I'm interested to see the bans here, because, like,
Yeah.
I don't see Dio banning a tank, because I feel like Frequency's on his, hot streak confidence right now.
Which
And
is a very fair take. I can
and
definitely agree
banning
with that.
Vendetta here is like, it's not bad, but not great, I feel like.
It's not worth it.
I think it's definitely better to ban the Ven on a push map when you put your ball player back in.
Yeah, I would definitely like. It doesn't feel. Again, you might be able to run Ven on pretty much any map, but this is like probably one of the few instances where the hit scan has a pretty good shot at counterplaying them, and
A
it's
Lu
not
ban.
like it's very even footing. In Interesting.
That's,
I
yeah, it definitely is. That's not what I expected at all.
yeah,
It definitely
that's
seems like they are talking egg. Oh,
oh. Oh,
if you
that's my bad.
so do I need to say, yeah.
It's a Lucio
So,
ban. I believe.
yeah.
I thought we had said that. That's our
Yeah, I
bad.
said
That's
Lu
our
ban.
bad.
I
We're
probably said it too
trolling.
fast.
We're trolling. We're trolling. Lucio
Lu ban.
ban.
No, you're good.
Yeah, that's our fault. We might have trolled a little bit. It's a Lucio ban for those who did not hear for me saying it for I don't know how many times. Which like you said, it does seem like they're targeting Eggman with the bans, Cat, and now this one. This is I can understand the Cat on Stirrup, but
I really don't get the Lucio though,
yeah, it's not like they're like a Lou one trick either. It's they've
because I don't even think you play Brig here. Like, yeah, maybe if Frequency goes Diva, but like Brig on this map isn't great unless Frequency does go Diva.
yeah. I I mean they could be running the double flex. They could run that
I was about to
Kyriana
say this
maybe.
might be that Ana Kiri you were talking about.
I see a Widow
Widow ban.
ban, which smart. That's to the map. We've seen Newports play that Widow. Uh I believe in their semifinals match, this is exactly what they did. He played Widow on circuit, which I mean makes sense, but saw them do well as Widow on circuit. So uh that Lucio ban is just really like sticking out to me. It's just feels so out of place. I think the only time I've ever seen a lose specifically banned on circuit was against Muffmart.
And even against
It
him, it feels kind of troll. Like, I know he is, the Lucio guy for
yeah,
Ascendant or whatever he's in, but it's
yeah,
like,
it
I don't know.
was. I mean, I like it definitely. I can see it having some negative impact, but that's only if Dio was planning on playing that comp. If
Mhm.
they weren't planning on running the Lucio, if they were running a double flex themselves, or they wanted to try like Brig Juno or something maybe, or Brig Ana, then it doesn't really matter. Or they could be running full poke. They could run Yari Bap, and then at that point again, it's did it really matter? So I don't know.
Honestly,
Maybe
we might see Frequency opt for the Diva and play a Juno Kiri, because then he can
they
still
could.
run down that hard poke on a meta comp and then still have space doing his thing.
Yeah. And it just allows the rest of his team to just sit on that height while he is like sponge just face tanking everything. And it's if they try to play off of that the rest of the Dio on the high ground there, that to deal with the diva in their face, like, they could be the like the third eye tech they're planning on here.
Yep, nope, there's the Sig double hit scan I talked
Yeah,
about. Wu Yang
yeah.
Zen, though, that's interesting.
It's still poke. It's still technically poke.
I think
Not
you
the
go.
poke you'd expect.
I was about to say Mercialari. Oh,
They could be trolling. They could be trolling us. They could be trolling us.
I don't actually think the Mercy is too troll, honestly.
I mean,
Because the
I
Pharah
I
might
see
fly
it.
this height if they time it well. Newports and Dino can definitely get some nasty spam damage into the small room or
Yeah.
like this right side corner.
Especially because Dio is reliant on that
Nope, they're opting for the
Soj
Bat
to hit
Mercy.
everything. Yeah. Bat Mercy makes more sense to
Yeah.
me. I think the it gives a little more healing. With the Yari comp, you kind of have to just kill everything first, or you just lose. But yeah, we're gonna already see that pick on the Soj, and that's pretty much it. That's your consistent check on this Faragon. I buy so
No, they
much
still
space
have
for
the
Loki's
Freya.
here.
But
I
I don't know. I
suppose.
think this Zen Wu Yang is too greedy. They definitely need Bap
It
Zen or
is.
Bapalari
Yeah.
or Bap
Yeah.
Wu Yang even.
I think if it was like even a Yari Zen, I think that's still a little less greedy than that.
For sure.
Or if they want to run this, like the Zen needs to try to play with the Soj more, or the Freya, like one of the two DPS, and they just have to sit in off angle. Because I think that's also what bought so much space for them for on Loki's and that Pharah to grab that early pick there.
Dio
Big
is
rock on the
definitely
wing
looking
here.
too stacked right now, but that's a great kill.
Yeah. Dino got a little aggressive, especially with he had a good rock, but I don't know if it was enough for them. Yeah. But the amount of
We're
space
gonna see
that
this-
Loki's got here.
We're gonna see this Zen literally play in Mars. Like, this is like 150 meters out, basically.
Yeah. Playing on the Widow angle, I suppose.
But that boop, ooh, that was close.
Yeah. I mean, these fights have been literally decided off of one pick. Loki's got that the Sojourn pick, and that was basically first point. They got almost all the way to first point, as in the last bend, and then I mean, obviously a pick on your tank is gonna likely just result in a fight loss, but see, we're gonna see the Bola come out, gonna hit the bat, but it's not gonna result in a pick, and we're gonna see the massive double grenade here. Before I can even talk about that, Mercy ult, and
That's
Dino's
first
just getting
point.
in the Sig face. Not, maybe not. Yeah, the
Oh.
no, but Barrage is gonna. It's only gonna grab one, but it's
No,
gonna
but
buy
it's enough because it
time.
was the Transcendence. Frequency needed that
Yeah.
Transcendence.
He needed that transcend, and it also kept the Wu Yang off of the tank. And we're just gonna see some trickles, and they're gonna get picks, but I see this BAP just holding this angle, and Freya can't peek that, and that's gonna be point 1 there. But still took a little bit of time, but we're definitely seeing life out of Loki's here. This is definitely what I think we need to see out of this team, and this is already seeming to be a good map so far.
There's the
Definitely not
cat
feeling
swap and a
one-sided.
Genji swap for Festus.
I definitely like the Genji on this point here. I don't know if the Pharah is going to be get nearly as much value, especially if you're ever drop a fight. And I think it's just preparing for point 3 in advance. It's just kind of taking advantage of knowing that he'll have to switch then. Gonna see that flux out, but it's gonna get rocked. Genji goes into commit, but not gonna be able to grab a pick out of it. Cat's dropping low as well, forcing back. We're gonna see an Emre ult as well. A Transcendence to counter, and a Sojourn ult to counter. The pylon's gonna fall from Yari, and that's gonna be the only casualty of this fight so far. I guess a few ults if you want to count those. Dino getting low, but his team sustaining him.
I still think this Cat Zen is too greedy of a support comp.
It definitely is, but it might almost be able to provide more damage than the Wu Yang comp did, because they've already gotten 2 picks after this, and they're just trying to clean things up. You see the Yari in hiding, trying to stall it out a little bit. See that Genji in hiding. Oh, decides to go out, but he probably could have stayed under there if he really wanted to. And
The one
Loki's
big
able to
difference with
stabilize.
The one big difference with Cat is she's definitely much better than Wu Yang at actively marking something. Wu Yang's better when you have to react to marking something. Yeah. But like with this Genji, Eggman can just fly at him and stop him.
We're gonna see this flux out because he knows there's no rock, and we're gonna see a pick onto the Newports as well there. Bola as well, it's gonna get eaten by the shield. We see the BAP ult to try to help take some space. Leverage Smith, yeah, blow up that Sigma as well. Rock him out of any sun, but the BAP's gonna get traded for their tank. But with no hands, you're gonna see a Captive Sun come out. It's gonna get 2 picks, and that's looking gonna probably be point 2 for Loki's here. I think with 3 on the card, they just cap. I don't, unless the Freya decides to go for the contest or the Cat here. The Cat might just wing it, but yeah, as I said, gonna get rocked, gonna get picked, and we're gonna see a Blade come out to try to take this last point, knowing that maybe there's no support ults to stop it. He's gonna die for it, but kind of stop the Dio team from going in for a further contest past the Cat, which great rock out of Dino on that Cat there. That definitely prevented the character from just infinite stalling like they did in the past.
One more major issue with Cat on this map is like where are you gonna take them off, you know? Like sure, up here they might have a chance, but that second point,
yeah,
literally where
there's nothing
first
there.
Point where,
there's nothing there. We're gonna
see they're getting the Amari here maybe.
Grab on the Yari, but
like this is the only point where it's possible even.
I think all that does is it just kind of tells Loki's to give a little space here. Newports is on that Freya. He doesn't mind having to sit back and poke a little more. Like, kind of just, they rotated their comp to already being a little more poke favored in their DPS line especially. So, yeah, they just stopped the cart. They got it very far. They didn't have to do much. They didn't have to give up any real space either necessarily. You'll see this Flux come out. Not going to get rocked. Trank and OC come out. Immediate pick from the OC. Despite the Bola getting, Bola got eaten, yeah. And we're going to just see Space be completely dominant with this OC again.
That's the Festus swap back to Genji.
And yeah, putting Newports back on the Sojourn as well. And then they had an idea trying to maybe mirror that DPS line, but I think they're just going back to what's a little more comfortable for either of them.
Yeah, I didn't hate the mirror, but they would definitely have to split their angles differently with it.
For sure. And you're gonna see Dino get a little overextended and get picked there, and a lot of the momentum's getting stuffed, but at the same time they don't feel like they're playing that way. They're definitely not playing down like they had been before. Loki's definitely is, they're looking for these openings. They're trying to even force an opening if they don't see one right away.
We're seeing Cat and App come online again, so if they play that coast, it could be an ult.
Yeah, could see that all. I think that's what they're trying to do, but Loki's knows to hold this height, or at least play at an angle where the Cat might not be able to steal somebody of fight winning value like they did before with the Ari, or even grab that Sigma. Which you
Yeah, if
you
they
really
ignore
don't
this
want.
coast too hard, though, you get that Freya in your back line.
Yeah, Freya in the back line. And then the opposing height is just going completely uncontested with the Zen and a Sojourn up there.
I mean, look at Voyant. He's just sitting on their high ground.
Yeah. The second they rotated and dropped card, it was just, that was it.
Early
And
catnap.
Yeah. But it was just trying to stop anybody from touching in the first place. And it's going to be about 2.5 points for Loki's. So not all the way, but a solid push. And they they could just pull a full hold out here, but they gonna really want to. Is I think with, especially with how Dio's been playing in these past 2 maps, they might be able to just, if they can win 1-2 fights to get that first point, they might be able to just leverage tempo all the way through 2/3, and it's just gonna leave Loki's to have to hold half a distance with 5 minutes on the clock.
Third point cat seemed oddly good there because you force pressure of them not, like mentally they don't want to rotate that coast because catnap.
Yeah.
But like they also just sit there and perma fly without being hit at all.
Shut down at all. Yeah, it basically just completely disables an entire path of movement on a map. It completely just shuts a lane down, which is not too good. Not too good. But gonna see similar comp coming out from Dio here, but trading out the Zen for an Ana here. I had to really think hard about what they were
I
running
know
before. We're gonna see
frequency
the
can't
ranch
see
right
what we
here.
can see, but imagine he was on the Malga right now.
Yeah, that would be quite funny. I see a matching Pharah taking the ram over with the cat. The cat's gonna get picked, but they're gonna trade it out for a Bap and an Emre, and just gonna isolate this Ramatra and May on this high ground here. Parasite's gonna claim the pick on the Pharah, but that leaves just a May and a Yari on point, and just a very convincing first fight win from Dio here, flying that Ramatra over into the opposing height.
I was about to say, seemingly the flying Ramatra just worked as well as I imagined the Malga would have. Probably even better,
Yeah.
just because survivability.
Yeah, just drop them on, having a Pharah behind you over top, and despite losing that cat right away, it didn't matter, because by the time the cat died, they were already 2 picks deep. And it's forcing Loki's to take this fight right at point here, and I see the Ramatra fall. Big Maywall. He got poked a little too hard out. And it's just gonna kind of force a full retreat here on the side of Dio. But unfortunately, Ana did not catch the same wave as that Ramatra. But we're gonna see them off the ram onto the Sig here, and kind of a stagger on the Pharah as well. But Works that anyway. They're
There's the
switching
swap
off,
from
going to that
space,
Soj.
too.
Yeah. Gonna see the Bola get eaten, but Loki's still kind of having to give a lot of space, rotate, give up that entire high ground practically. But spoke too soon. I don't want to apply a lot of hard pressure there. Gonna see a Nano and the Sig come out early here. Space is gonna grab a pick on the opposing Sig, and I think with Nano they're just trying to clean this up here. That pick on the May. Dial's just wrapping things up here. Kind of similar time of the that first point push though from both teams. Kind of playing it both very, very similarly. Kind of margin of maybe 20 or so seconds. So despite winning that first fight convincingly, Loki's able to kind of tighten things up.
This
Poking
second
out.
point is where it can get quickly brutal though, because of this uphill.
Yeah, this up over, especially playing into that May. We see that Cryo online, or Blizzard. Cryo's the shift, whatever. I'm shifting ability names in my head here. Too many names. And they see a Sun come out from Loki's, hit 2 picks on the high ground there. But both playing LOS, trying to wait that out, because that's that could be the fight then and there.
Frequency could look for a big flux right now on their backline. It's really walked up.
Yeah, kind of going for it. Dino going for another flux into the backline and able to claim a pick on space. Ana's a little out of position, gonna get kind of staggered here, honestly. Space is already up when they get picked.
Seems like Frequency was hoping for ults to maybe be used, so his flux was a little more free.
Yeah.
I think he should have just ripped it more
leveraged
proactively, though.
Oh, 100%, especially with Dino trying to flux his backline. He only got space with it, and space was picked immediately. There's an aggressive flux on the opposing Sigma here, and some big damage. That May's gonna get real low. I'm gonna grab that pick, and yeah, with the OC to follow up, Dio's trying to quickly just clean things up here. Try to secure
Fluxing the
this
enemy
second
Sig.
point.
Fluxing the enemy Sig was certainly a choice, but it seemed like it mentally, made Festus want to walk up and help his Sig, just because seeing threat, but
It definitely forced the May on the side of to play a little aggressive, but also just leverage that pick. It just did so much damage. Gonna see a counter nano out on the Sig. Trade here, the frequency's gonna fall, but not before Newport's dies as well, and Parasite's gonna get another pick, and Loki's at the last second is gonna get a touch out. Newport's using the Emerald to just kind of run it out and force a contest. Last about, I think it was, what, 4 meters left? It was quite literally almost as close as it could get. You see Newport's gonna pick on the cat there. Very delayed, or early, I suppose, depending on how you want to look at it. That's just gonna force Dio to take this fight slow yet again.
which is what Loki's wants right now with the build up to Sunrise and Flux.
Yeah, they definitely want to use that to leverage a lot of time here, which, those two ults together could be a big fight-winning combo. Force a lot of time.
Yeah, only thing Dio has to really stop it, possibly, is this Nano.
This Sun, but Sun's gonna get one. It's gonna grab that cat. We're gonna see the Nano come out. Freaks, he's trying to take some space with it, but he's just a little too low, a little too aggressive. Eating a ton of damage without the support to survive it. We're gonna see a Flux come out from Dino. Gonna get the Ana real low. Frequency's gonna fall. Yep. And looks like Dio's gonna be able to clean things up. Dio's gonna get cleaned up. Speaking words incorrectly here, but they're gonna still get a trade out. They're still gonna be able to grab the one of Loki's on their way out. But this is last fight here for Dio. They need to really tighten things up, and they're just kind of holding on to this cat ult, which I'm trying to do something with it. Maybe Pinata somebody, but this Emre is not gonna really. Bola gets deflected. Emre is gonna fall for it. Big Flux on the opposing Sig here could result in a pick, but Space is going to pick off the Ayari, and this might be what Dio needed to clean things up here. Despite a rough start, they're able to kind of tighten things up, only losing really one in the process.
Receive the Vind and Curie swap. I think a lot of that issue, like you said, was the cat just not really using ult ever. He just kind of had it for like 5 minutes.
And it's a rough ult to use, but I think it kind of worked out perfectly. It didn't even necessarily immediately result in the pick of the Emre. It just kind of forced the Emre to not participate in the fight when the cat can kind of just immediately fly back in. So, forces a really solid 5v4. See a lot of aggression coming out of Dio here. Space already taking the far coast high ground, trying to pressure the Emre out with a Kiri behind them. But the Genji and the Sigger, they're going to come try to clean things up from behind. Dino's gonna
That's a
fall,
sick
though.
and possible Genji pick.
You see
Ooh.
Blade's gonna get that pick there. Wow. Which that could have been really rough for Loki's as well. That Genji was low and that Ayari was low. If they didn't pick off that Sig there, it might have resulted in both of them falling, and it could have been map for Dio. But
It
now we're
definitely
kind
would have
of
bit map for Dio if Festus didn't opt for Blade there.
or even if he got picked during Blade, he just needed. They killed that Sig fast enough. If Frequency was allowed to live any longer, that could have been it. And now it's last fight for Dio here. This is it. We're gonna see the rush come out. We're gonna see the Emery ult to counter. OC for some reason just it's ult after ult. Oh my god, I'm watching Marvel Rivals gameplay right now. Oh my god, it's ult dump after ult dump. But we're gonna let's see. Parasite's gonna switch to the Kiri here to try to get for a fast touch, but
Festus is
Dino
low.
misses
Oh,
Ooh, gets picked. Plus with the pick on the Ana and the Kiri, they're gonna lose their cat, but Dino's gonna fall, and Dio tightened things up at the, you know, again pressure makes diamonds, and I guess Dio wanted to be the diamonds here.
honestly, this cat's so weird. It's seemingly like the cat's making them win every neutral fight, but in alt fights, they just get screwed.
Yeah, it's basically putting them perpetually down in ult, but at the same time, if they can, if they're taking these dry fights, it's almost always resulting in those wins. I mean,
'Cause in that-
using the lifeline is like a big part of it.
Because in that last bit there, he just hit AoE heals, and like everybody got full heal on Dio's side.
Just spam set them, and then it's a lot harder to get picked if you're surrounded by 4 of your teammates. So it's unfortunate on the side of Loki's because they don't have that cat ban anymore, and they have to kind of just hope they have to go for a map here where that cat isn't gonna really get value maybe.
I mean, that should have been this map, but
But they made it work. And I mean, even then, like we said, the cat was holding that alt for a while, but it was like it's the second they pressed it kind of just it didn't turn things immediately, but in the long run it worked out. It's like kind of one of those. It was very weird. It wasn't like just a win fight button. It was
yeah,
it was a delayed
something.
win fight, and I guess.
Yeah, it just force stuff.
Yeah. Which is I mean it worked in their favor.
It's really weird seeing Cat win neutral there against Ana Alari, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's so much poke
Or the
and just
Kyrialar.
double hit scan backline. I think they had Bapiari too for a while. And again,
Mhm.
as it's just they're running the perfect support backline to deal with a cat, yet it's getting so much value. Gonna see a Coliseo pick come out for Loki's here.
This is probably the Coloban Vendetta put Rayon in.
Yeah, I would think this is the play. It's the last ditch effort.
That
I
or
mean,
ban
it's-
Diva. But like I don't. If Frequency plays Mauga, he just goes Mauga if Diva gets banned.
Yeah, I 100%. I think you can't let this vendetta live. I don't know.
Even
If
Mauga
you
into
allow
ball is
Vendetta-
brutal though. Like actually, all of
I
Rayon
suppose.
being just ball is kind of
Well,
brutal for them.
Maybe they just plan on banning the Ven and sticking Dino in. Maybe trying to take that Signia.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know.
I think Dino has to go Diva here again. They ban Vendetta, so
Or
there's
that,
not that
yeah.
pressure, and then Frequency's forced into Diva mirror because of not having a Vendetta.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see the way things go. There's a lot up in there, but I don't. Maybe they have another band that could leverage something that they have. They're expecting something to flip it. I don't know, but I just
don't-
feel not banning Vendetta is kind of throwing. I think
mean-
it's been consistently getting value on the side of Dio, and it's just such a good map for her. It's I don't know.
Maybe there's a world where they ban Kiri, but like I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know either because I feel
I
even
think you have to
that-
do Vendetta or Diva.
yeah, because I think banning the Kiri only enables a Mauga. I don't think running an Ana is going to stop a Mauga. I don't think that's what Loki's can do to stop it. And I think not having that Kiri for to cleanse any big burns or anything like that.
Well, actually, I don't
think they're
even.
gonna be able to do
They
it.
can't do the Diva, can they? Because didn't they do it one map already, or no?
I don't completely remember if they. I don't believe they banned a Diva.
I don't know.
I'm
I
not
think they
entirely
just
sure.
do Vendetta here. This Vendetta has been a problem in the Mauga comp, in the Diva comp. Even for, I think the moment we might have seen it in the fight on circuit, it was a problem.
Yeah, I don't. I think it's just the diva's been a problem too, but I think frequency's shown that they're flexible enough so far here,
Hmm.
and especially on 3 tanks, I think that are all gonna be pretty viable on Colosseo here. I think it's just a situation where you can't, and it's not that you're banning out Voyant, I think you're just disabling a large win con for them, and I think it's forcing Space again to just have to hard carry on
Vendetta.
that. Yeah. Yeah, that was exactly what I thought. It's the vendetta ban. It's that's what we needed to see here. I
Like
think
you
it
said,
forces
good
Space to
map.
carry on the Sojourn. Yeah,
Hmm. Good
yeah,
map. They're juggling their tank flex DPS pressure really well with it. I don't, like you said, I don't think there is a ban other than Vendetta here
then
that makes
vendetta.
sense.
It it's just too, it's too free. It's that fifth bingo square. Like it's too perfect. You can't, you pass up on it. You're just, I guess you're, it's just a troll. Like there's no world where they didn't do this. So
As for Dio, is there a world where they ban Diva and force the Mauga? Because like the
they
Mauga into
could.
the Sig could be brutal,
That's
especially
actually not a
with a good rush.
terrible, it's not a bad call. They could do that. They could just try to run a Malga Rush comp again. Voyant might, they might just run Freya Soj and just poke out whoever Malga leaps on.
Or they might dump a Kiri ban, force Minsa or
Yeah, I
Para
don't
into
know.
Ana or BAP, and then play Diva and just hard run them down because they can't live.
Yeah, I don't. This will be interesting. This will be interesting. I'm very curious now. That's actually a good call. I did not think of here.
Honestly, I Frequency had a good streak on Mauga, but I think he goes to Diva. They ban out Kiri. Like I know it kind of screws him too, but like he can just perma fly at the backline with the Voyant, assumingly on Tracer, and I
Yeah,
don't see how
that's
Mensa and
another one.
Parasite live because they've already been messing up their distancing against the Mauga.
Yeah, there's just, I think, I don't, I honestly don't know if it actually matters per
Lucio.
se. So they're gonna do the Lu ban now. So 2 Lu
That
bans in a game is kind of funny. I mean,
that's
maybe,
also brutal though because now they can't speed away from any rush that Frequency goes for, and they can opt for a Juno Brig on this map. Juno Brig is
that's
viable on this map,
that's big. Hmm.
and I
This
mean maybe
is,
they
yeah,
can Ana
that's,
Brig, but that just gets stomped on or blown on. Like it's not that great of a comp anymore, really.
yeah, it's definitely interesting. I wonder what the vision behind the Lu ban was. I was starting to say, like, I don't know if there's really, they have a ban they need to do. They may be able to do almost anything and get away with it just at the same
I think that
time.
definitely
But
is a good ban.
that, yeah, it'll definitely have its value. It definitely forces, it forces Loki's to just play slower in general.
Thing is now, do we see Kiri Junos, Kirianas, or Juno Briggs? Honestly, I think both teams go Kiri Juno. I think that's their best opt right now. Like Brig Juno is okay, and the teams play it, but I think Kiri Juno is better in terms of ults.
Yeah, yeah, cute, yeah. And I think it's still, that also still enables a slight rush. Like I
Mhm.
think they could still run that Mara rush. Like I think we might see that even without the vendetta.
You
And
can
like
do
if
it
they run it
with
with
the
a
Diva
tracer.
too. Yeah,
Yeah. I'm very, very curious.
Kiri Juno really isn't as greedy as people make it seem. Like, yeah, it's more greedy than Kiri Lu, but basically every comp is.
I suppose so. I mean, Kirilu's also like a safe greedy though.
Yeah,
Like at the same time, it's not like, I don't think it's as greedy as like that Zen Wu Yang comp we saw, which
yeah. Zhen Wu
that was
Yang was a
something,
choice.
but it kind of worked for a second and then it didn't.
I definitely expect Malgar or Diva from Frequency.
Yeah,
More leaning
that's
on
what I
Diva.
think.
Trolling with
He's
the hog
trolling us with
pick.
the hog again. Oh my god. We're gonna see this queen come out,
The Brig
which
Juno Queen. I don't hate it. If it's into the
I,
Mauga, it can
yeah,
work. And even into the Diva.
and with the Genji
Oh, I
too.
hope that Widow's troll.
It's,
I hope that Widow's troll.
I don't know.
Oh, Bastion. And we're
I
going
think
Kiri
Bastion's
Cat.
more
That's not too
troll.
surprising from them, honestly.
No, I don't know. I don't mind the Widow because if they're anticipating something that isn't a Sig or a Diva, that Widow could just rip a pick immediately, and that completely stops any momentum.
On
But,
paper, I think Loki's has better comp. I just
Yo, for
don't
sure.
think Bastion Sim. I think Egg should be on Juno as much as he loves the cat.
Yeah, they're trying, and this, I don't know what the intent with the Sim Bastion comp is. I don't know. It almost looks like it's throwing stuff at a wall, like it's like a random hero generator. I don't
Maybe
see enough
it's
of the
a just
synergy with
TP
it.
behind strat or
Yeah,
something. I don't know.
maybe it
but they need to
is.
get
I
away from
don't-
this queen, and it seems like they
Yeah.
somewhat are. This queen is getting,
Some of
this
this
rush is
hurts.
getting stopped
Yeah.
by the Sim.
Yeah,
That's the
and
brig
that-
early too.
The brig is just gone in too deep, but Fest is gonna trade it out. But I think why I also hate it more is I just don't. I can see the Sim for slowing the Bastion, or not the Bastion, the Sim slowing the Queen down, but I don't like the Bastion of the Queen. I think it's just an awful pick for the end of this Queen here. I
Yeah,
definitely hope we see
honestly,
Space switch here.
I think Space needs to go Cass or Soj.
Yeah,
there's
it's a Soj switch. That's exactly what we needed to see. But it looks like
Cass is obvious because
Dia-
if he gets head clicker value, everything on their team dies. But Soj is Soj,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, and you can see the quick lead flip, and we're already gonna see a Diva Bomb and the Cat already. And we're kind of edging towards the point where Cat can just steal somebody off the map now. We're getting to that point where it's all real easy.
That or we might fly the bomb into the rush comp.
That works too, and this already on the Sojin just rips 2 picks.
Yep.
And just forces Loki's back to spawn. This is just Dionysus going back to dominance. They locked in. They were trying something with the Bastion, but they said, nah, I need to go back to the Sojourn here. Allowing Space to just carry on the Soj. Like I said, they'd have to do with the Ven if the Ven was banned. You see, Meow, we're watching this high ground here, and Loki's setting up for contest, stopping right before midpoint.
Looks
I
like
see the
Cat
cat
going
ult,
for the queen.
and they
that's
grab the
out.
queen. And that would probably just be a fight win for Dio here. Yeah, they're gonna pick that Genji. And it was a good start of the fight for Loki. He's stopping right before that midpoint contest. You know, any picks have a lot longer of a distance to travel, but I don't know if they expected that cat ult. I don't think they really expected either of the ults that Dio has right now.
Oh,
Especially-
there's the flying bomb.
There's the bomb.
oh
That's gonna
my,
grab
and
that
the
queen.
tank again.
Just back-to-back first picks on that tank. Which, gonna clean that brig up. And it's just another just really clean fight out of Dio here.
I was gonna bring up they could even TP bomb, but
Yeah.
they tether bombed, so
And it's just, it's all, you're seeing 5 ults in the side of Loki's, and it's, you don't want to like alt dump, but it's coming in a last fight. Early sim all out, entirely just completely protecting the team. Orbital or not, I'm gonna try a blade here and just gonna get OC'd. It's gonna fall, but it's very just Loki's heavy fight. Queen's gonna try to clean up this back line here, but they're just flipping the
about to
fight,
say.
and no one's here to contest.
this fight is
Oh,
we're seeing the
that is
power
not-
of Simwall being basically,
Yeah.
if not the best DPS ult in the game.
Yeah, that was
Simwall is
incredible.
insane.
Just completely zoned things out, forced 2 ults that basically got nothing. We're gonna see this rally and this OC come out. Soja's gonna basically get picked and spawn. Rally is gonna end, so Brig is far less defensively capable. See a bomb to hold that point, and Loki gets last chance to contest here. Brig's gonna fall. We're gonna see the Queen ult come out, but 2 people are gonna get Suzu'd. Sim's gonna probably die for it, but a lot of back and forth, and I think this might be the fight win for Loki's finally, not without the Queen trading out. And that's all 5 ults Loki's had just gone. And it was to catch it at the last second, and
And honestly, they're even more down than we think into the best DPS ult in the game and best
Yeah.
support ult.
Wall coming back online, that rush coming back online. They need to try to win this. Oh, that's a good pick on that Kiri. They definitely need to catch that midpoint before next fight. Because if Dio gets to keep close spawns here. It's gonna just get real rough for Loki's, and this Diva's kind of just perma stalling here with this cat. Queens wants to set something up, but they're not able to play as aggressive as they like, I think, especially because they had to drop the Juno for Akiri now.
There's that wall.
Let's see the sim call come out. Yeah. Big wall, zoning everything out. Gonna get that early pick on the Brig and just completely leveraging the entire map with that sim wall. Another pick on the Sojourn as well. Genji's getting low, but they're gonna be able to get healed up before they get out. Queen's gonna clean the sim out and try to recontest that point with the Kiriko, but no Suzu, and Diva might be able to just clean it up here, especially with the Kiri abandoning the Junker Queen there. Brig's gonna get picked off again there, just right to open things out. Genji's in deep and gonna get picked, and Dio hasn't lost close spawns yet, and they're gonna try to full cap, it seems, even though they have to get it, you know, all the way up to their spawn again and keep trading these picks out. Again, Loki's got to contest it now or never. Big cat bomb in, gonna claim the queen. Baby's a Diva is gonna get picked. It's 2 fights without tank. We're gonna see OC for Blade here, and the Ember is gonna be able to get a couple picks, and I don't know, Loki's might be stalling this out here, just barely. Kind of
Honestly,
stagger on the sim, but not really.
I know people have complained about Dom's shield health. When we gonna start complaining about Wall's shield health, bro?
You got a point. That there's a reason that if I'm playing Sombra in the sim, I hold EMP. There's certain matchups where something like an EMP is really good to just sit on and force it. I'll do it for Noon, especially with Cat Noons now. I'll do it for Flux.
Cage.
And it helps keep Cage is another big one, and it helps keep some defensive support ults in a different tempo. We're gonna see a rush come out here for the side of Loki's to open up this fight as they're able to shut down Dio's close spawns now. Only 2.5 minutes left in this clock.
We have Voyant in their back line with a TP flip, though. This might be...
This, kind of see that rally come out as well to try to maybe counter something, but yeah, Voyant in that back line is just getting a lot. He might get traded out here, but it's bought enough space with the Curie and the Brig down. Loki's isn't going to be able to stall through it.
And I was going to say it's bad because, you know, now they're down wall, but wall reaches across the map, so...
And they have sim wall. I mean,
and the cat carry. Look at this cat carry.
The cat's gonna come grab them. It's the only, and it didn't even matter that Voyant's in the far spawn. He's already back. It looks like he's setting up that sim wall already. Wants to leverage something here. Yeah, there we go. They're gonna chase this Genji down, try to get them picked before the fight starts. They're able to just barely get out, but but they're not able to get healed up. We're gonna see this OC come out from space. In deep, gonna get basically solo queen ulted, but and they're gonna pick the cat as well, but they're gonna trade out for the Mensa. We see Parasite off the Brig onto the Mizuki here. Diva gonna get chained trying to pressure it, but gonna see a bomb. Maybe it's gonna get it something. Nah, it's gonna keep him alive though, and able to stall things out, wait for his team. They're all gonna come from close spawns. They were able to get that, right at that fight, and yeah. Dio's gonna pretty much be able to recontest again with 5.
This Mizuki swap's definitely gonna be interesting. Like, his chain goes through Diva DM, but other than that, I don't know. He's really fragile.
Early pick on that Kiriko though, with Lunar in the back line. It's a self Suzu, but they're able to TP out just in time before they get dove on. Diva's getting low, but they're sustaining. We're gonna see the Emerald come out from the side of Loki's here, trying to leverage some kind of pick, but DM's gonna eat up a ton of it, and getting real low. Diva's gonna get D-mech, but we're gonna see a Fox come out from the side of Dio to help hold a lot of space. So it's 30 seconds come on the clock. We see a Blade come out. Festus is staying alive, but he's only gonna get that one pick with it. Commit a lot of time. See the cattle maybe to stall, grab a pick. We're gonna see the Emery fall on the side of Loki's, and it's just kind of turning into a bit of a scatterbrain tankless fight. With Baby Diva gonna finally fall, but still looking up in terms of picks for Dio here. Yeah, Festus is gonna get kind of staggered out a little bit there. Tracer coming back for Loki's, and I think Dio just wants to leave bot here and force the fight on their terms, especially right in front of their spawn, basically.
Yeah, they're playing for the sim wall.
Ah.
Pocket the sim.
I lied. That doesn't have close spawns, but yeah, they're definitely just playing for that sim wall. We're gonna see the Mizuki ult to try to save the queen, but it's not gonna matter. And Mizuki has to just go in very aggressively there, and it's looking like things are just coming up Dio. They're able to just clean things up. That queen pushing a little aggressive got picked for it. And going on the Doom for the recontest, but doesn't matter. Dio's gonna pretty much have full cap that, especially off of their first couple fights, and it was only in their spawn they started kind of dropping that momentum. But it's just it's
That's
very
just with the thank you for scrim, hard scrim. What
thank
can
you
we
for
say?
scrim. It's a very dominant game for Dio here. I will not lie. But I'm glad to see Loki's is in seemingly good spirits about it. You know, thank you for scrim. They enjoyed it. They enjoyed it. They had fun. It was a tough one for them, but just great performance from Dio here. Very
Eggman with the
good
aura
performance.
message. Put me on cat, you all go down.
I hate to say he has a point. I hate to say he has a point. That is truly aura. The cat aura was immaculate. The space sojourn aura was immaculate. But yeah, I was wonderful series to watch, albeit little one-sided, especially on this last map. Dio just kept things real tight. Definitely tried to, locked in here.
Oh, that's that sister team W, bro.
I suppose so. I suppose so. We'll just say Tsukiyomi's for the sake of this. I have to change the loyalties real quick. My dual citizenship is paying off. But I think I don't know if there's anything else we gotta do here. I think this is looking like the end of the stream for us. I don't know if there's any post match things that we're doing. Okay. So yeah, I think that's everything from us on the production side here. It's a very good Ascendant finals. Congrats to Dionysus Madness for catching that big dub. It looks like we're getting put in a 1v1 lobby in the downtime here. But otherwise, that's all from me. I've been Saucepan, and I'm here in the booth with Yukiro. Say goodnight, everybody.
Have a good one.